What's up, everybody? Back again, Warp Charge Gaming, Tabletop Alchemy. James and George is who you're talking to. Hello.
Yo, world.
I guess it's a special day. Maybe you guys are out doing holiday things, but this will be a episode like any other. It's episode 2. We're not going to stop on episode 2. That'd be weird to take a break on the next week over. I don't care what day it might be. You know, I made a post today, James, that December 24th, best part about it is that it's a week away from New Year's.
Yeah, it is.
I love New Year's. My favorite holiday. But yeah, you guys are seeing the Tabletop Alchemy logo here. If you're, already maybe a subscriber to Warp Charge Gaming, that we're hosting this on our Warp Charge Gaming site. This is pretty much what we do. It's a piece. It's all one big piece of the puzzle, and that is a 3D printing company. Is what we're dabbling in design as well. Basically manufacturers of plastic gold, eh, James? What do you think?
Yeah, buddy. I mean, I'm in the design aspect. I'm nowhere near the level of Eric, but hey, it's a lot of fun with my artistic mindset. I enjoy making things. And I know the future is going to hold bright things.
Yeah, well, I'm real excited about the. It's definitely it tickles your fancy. I mean, I've compared a lot of hobby stuff to, especially the things that I'm into with technology, to music and DJing and producing. And it reminds me of the same kind of thing of like you're almost DJing other people's tracks when you're printing other people's files. But then it's like you produced your own original, and it's like that. I know that same kind of pride of like playing your own music out live when you're a DJ, and it feels it's similar seeing your own pieces that has been created with your great mind out there in the wild. For instance, we just recently printed, or you came up with a font and got us a design for the Sons of Valhalla. One of our friends, Gordito Spree, out there. Oh, there's Gordito Spree right there. Merry Christmas Eve. There's your, we're showing off your sweet piece there, man. I just got all 3 done, and they're ready to ship. So come the 26th, I'll get that stuff out, man. It was awesome getting to hang with you the past weekend. It was Friday. Yeah, it's been a crazy weekend. I was 3 days at the game store, which was cool because, there's quite the story of building, James, with Tabletop Alchemy, Battlegrounds, Warp Charge Gaming. We're this in cahoots, this coupling that continues to exponentially become cooler and cooler. Battlegrounds, our local gaming store, they backed Warp Charge Gaming, us as a gaming channel, and we teamed up to create Tabletop Alchemy, our 3D printing, manufacturing, design company. And we've been able to use the infrastructure and backdrop that they have, which is very substantial, to help jumpstart us with getting more printers, signing up as a licenser with Worlds Overrun, a fantastic designer that makes incredible, unique terrain that we'll be showing you more of. But they also have set us up with, I just got this week, this cool heat shrink. What is it? Heat wrap. Apparently, I'm not using it for the exact way that it was intended. I'm showing the machine on YouTube right now, James. But we got to use this cool thing and take it home. And we're going through the adventure, and that's where these episodes are going to be each week, is telling you guys about the process we're going through in creating a 3D printing manufacturing company of gaming aids and sweet art, and just kind of the process we're going through. James just sent me a photo. That it right there you just saw is the packaged material you get. At the bottom here is our custom logo that James designed with the illustrious mind. Oh, nice, James. I'll have to get that picture ready. What is that, a lithograph? Is that what you call it?
Lithophane, but yeah, it becomes a lithograph. But yeah, the actual image is called lithophane. And super excited about that because a buddy of mine, his dad owns a pond area, actually in Petersburg, and has what do I get a guy who has everything? And I was like, something completely custom.
Right.
So I did that over the weekend while I was gone, And currently I'm printing the holder just got in from Amazon, and the lights to make it a like night lamp.
I'm throwing it over. Okay, now I just threw it up on screen. So this is what we're talking about, guys. And tell us a little bit about the process you have to do to you 3D printed this really sweet piece here, huh?
Yeah. So what I do is I take a photo and I throw it into Photoshop, and then I sharpen it because that was an actual old photo. It was like an old Polaroid, and they took a photo of that and threw that on Facebook. So I had to crisp up the image, and then I taken the image and I made it monochromatic, so just all white and black grayscale. And then from there, I cut it to a 1:1 scale, so it's a square. And then I put it to a lithograph converting website, completely free. It is I don't have the link with me right now, but if you type in lithophane or PNG to lithophane or JPEG to lithophane, you can get the link to what you need to convert that. So you turn it into a positive image. It'll automatically go to a negative image, but you want the negative, so you want to make it a positive image, so it prints out the negative. And I'm printing that at 0.06 millimeter layer height. So it takes quite a long time to print because it is so small of each layer. And it's printed 100% end fill, and it's only 3 millimeters thick at the thickest. And since it's printed in white, it allows the light to pass through it. And when the light passes through it, because of the depth of how thick each is, so here the darker it is, the lighter it is, and the computer figures out exactly how thick the layers need to be to print out an image that when you hold it up to the light, it makes the photograph. So pretty cool technology. I'm very fascinated by it. But an image like that, it's only like 100 millimeters wide with a, I forgot the degree of the bend, but that right there took 18 hours to print. So it takes quite a long time to print something like that. But it is absolutely timeless because it's super unique and custom to like you and your family.
A little bit of breakup in there, but yeah, totally. We caught most of that. That's wild. I'm really impressed by it. So that's really neat, and I find the information you were mentioning there about the layer height and the density of it and the infill being 100%. That's a lot of some of what I was looking at today, and some really interesting reads out there. I actually have a few things that I was coming up to. There's the old shell thickness. In our previous episode, we were actually talking about adjustable movement trays. And today I had gotten some printed, a prototype from our buddy Ice Wolf in the Netherlands. I'll tell you more here in a second. I was looking at resolution though, and seeing how you can turn up the resolution in your settings, and getting image references of low resolution versus high resolution. And then the most interesting thing I thought was a suggestion from this one blog about material thickness recommendations. And their absolute minimum thickness of millimeter they suggested for PLA was 0.8, which is actually the default draft settings that load up in Cura. And that's their absolute minimum thickness, where they recommend for the most like substantial piece of print, especially if you're making things like parts, to be 1.5%. So I was one of my first prints of these pieces here. Let's see if I can get you one to show. So here's the design that Ice Wolf came up with. We're asking for adjustable movement trays. So you can see the hollow circle there that fits over top of the gray piece. And that gives it a swivel around the lip. There you go.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Switching feed. So yeah, we got this sweet design, and I was attempting to print it. Here's another shot of it, how it fits together, 25 mil and 35 mil. Here's a video of it in action. Kill Facebook before they start having Necron talks like crazy. There we go. Yeah, so you can see me there manipulating it, but oh God, can you kill Facebook or something?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
These pieces you see here, the part where it swivels, the walls were too thin, and I broke each little prototype I printed, and so they only took 30 minutes to print 2 halves, and I attempted several different settings of layer thickness and density, and I cranked it up when their minimum settings being 0.8 millimeter wall thickness, which is the default, and then they're recommended at 1.5. I went all the way up to like 3%, and I still couldn't get a result that didn't break. And then there's the option in Cura of switching between either the thickness and like that millimeter height, or also like the layer walls, and instead of, so you, and which is a I haven't, it's, to me it's like almost like Fahrenheit and Celsius. I haven't figured out the way to interpret the difference in the amount of walls versus millimeter height, like how many walls equal one, and they give it equations, but I was just beginning to digest it.
I think you're not understanding one key point, is whatever you designed it to, doesn't matter how much extra you tell it to give, it's still going to only print to whatever your design is. So let's say the thickness of the wall for the design is 0.6 millimeters.
I see.
You're not going to be able to make it thicker than that.
I see.
Like, no matter, you can give it a million walls, all you're basically doing is at that point is making 100% infill.
Okay.
And it's not going to change the thickness. It's just going to go to what you designed it to. So at that point, you've got to make the design thicker, and then you can play with it that way. Because having like a 2 wall thickness is still going to put 2 outer walls before it starts doing infill. But if it was like 2 wall thickness, but 4 walls make it 100% anyways, it's still going to only do that.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, and that's probably why it was the next step was to hit up the designer and get him to make it more durable. His last sentence that I hadn't even read was like, "Hey, if this thing, you know, you need it to be more substantial in certain parts, hit me up." So that's where we are. We printed some test runs and found the weak points, and now we just got to bulk it up on the actual design side of things, so that we choose these different wall thicknesses and things that will actually have some effect. It sounds like.
Yeah, and definitely need, like, since it's being printed in PLA over ABS, it needs to be really thick, because over time, clicking in and out of the PLA is going to wear it, where ABS could actually withstand more of that clicking in and out.
Yeah, here's an example video of a local hobby shop around James where we got the idea for the, well, we've had the idea for the adjustable tray, but this is the first prototype we'd actually seen.
Yeah, someone actually coming out with their own design of something we thought of. And it's not that we thought of it, it's really just the hobby needs it. Like, I think it's a need that other people have already thought of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a big move or goal for us right now on the design aspect, just because we know it's so universally desirable. The having a great Congo line like that just seems really fun and cool. Here's this got me excited about movement trays, James. I don't know if you caught, this is one of our 10-man trays out in the wild. We had a request for 6 10-man trays for the new orcs out there for Warhammer 40K, and this is a 10-man tray all painted up with the texturized paint matching the bases of the models. Really cool. This was originally a white piece of PLA here. You can see it in its stages before it was texturized with the darker colors. But super cool about that. And another, getting to see more of our stuff in the wild here, we had these white crates. I'm going to pull up the image. Here's an image of all the stuff that I had kind of taste tested recently in the studio, and there in the middle you can see these 2 white crates. I'm going to zoom into it now for you. There you go. So those crates were actually misprints, and they were my first attempts, and when I was learning about adhesive to the build plate there. And there's 2 components there that go together, and it was definitely off center. But my buddy Toby is excellent with aging things and mucking them up with rust, and he took these crates and made them look sweet. So really cool to see these guys. We got to play some games with it, and they were very functional and they, you know, become a whole new piece of desire when you see it all complete like that. And they stack perfectly on top of each other. These are Worlds Overrun designs. These are actually some of their just extra content in some of their catalogs that they have on their Kickstarters. So pretty cool pieces. Really cool to just see your stuff out there in the wild, you know?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
as I was mentioning too, James, we have someone. I had a Kill Team Commander tournament this past Saturday at Battlegrounds, and the winner who won the tournament with Tyranids has seen our episode 1 and seen our Worlds Over One run Thornhive Megamaw print that you had done. And I know this is going to be the Battlegrounds exclusive set here, but it's pretty exciting that we're getting ready to quote out and start to telling some people about what it takes to get that kind of stuff on their tables, which is fun and cool. I want everyone to elevate their game with Worlds Overrun.
Really can't wait to get
Alchemy.
back to printing some of this war stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been gone for 3 days. I just got home because holiday stuff, visiting friends, but got to finish this one little gift, and I'm going to be going right back to print Worlds Overrun.
Yep.
I mean, having more than one printer is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I've been down for weeks, though, honestly, about a week and a half. The other printer's on its way, thankfully, after my Fabu with the defective one. But, yeah, still getting things done with one even on this end, but I definitely feel the burn of not having two. Looking forward to the growth there. And as these commissions stack up and the need grows, hopefully we can move through enough product quick enough to be able to get some more printers even sooner. We really want to have Tabletop Alchemy be able to provide a massive amount of gear to people and help kick up their games.
Definitely.
Another exciting, here's just some fun things. Here's we took a bunch of retail pics, did a photo shoot this week, so you can see all that stuff that was on the table. Here's a bunch of glamour shots here of the plastic crack. Looks like I got duplicate images. But yeah, there's more than that. I took a couple hundred, but excited to get that stuff up on the Battlegrounds Amazon store soon and be able to hit the web. It's all a big adventure. So James and guys, just if you don't know this, because we're just kind of opening the door here to see us work and talk in progress here. But James and I, we work from afar. We're 14 hours away from one another, Chicago to the East Coast, and this is sometimes our few chances in the week to actually have a conversation live, and we're often discussing and discovering things for the first time. We got to at the game store, James, that we have this. Here's the cool header that I was showing you guys with the packaging that we had. James had put a barcode you can see up there in the top, and I got to scan that at the store and see it actually register right on the machine automatically as Tabletop Alchemy. Here's a couple of Worlds Overrun satellites inside of our packaging for the first time. That was super cool. There's a whole crate full of that stuff packaged up. But I was going to mention, though, James, so we bought all these UPCs. Last week we talked about the wondrous world and the insane backstory of the UPC code.
Yeah.
Because it's a wild world. I swear there needs to be like a documentary on the backstory. It seems almost like mafia, like the global standard that is the UPC code. But we got our manufacturer code, and we have our product. We have 1,000 numbers that we can apply to our products. But we need to be able to generate those product codes into a scannable barcode, right? And I noted, I see that you had created a barcode. I had seen when I did like a search that there was like $100 Microsoft Word add-on that allowed you to, you own forever, and that you can create all the barcodes you want with it really easily. But did you create a barcode for free somehow with the app you found?
Yeah, it's a web-based app.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need that so that I can create those, and then I'll get them on stickers.
Yeah, gotta use stickers.
Yep. So that's the next step in the equation. We have a packaging machine. We have our labels. We have we have a manufacturer number that we can put on our barcodes to link to our products. We have photos now, so we're really getting there, and it's an exciting ride. I'm looking forward to spending more and more time at Battlegrounds as the new year comes along. 2019 Warp Charge Gaming Tabletop Alchemy is going to probably be pretty substantially placed into the store. We're going to have our little neck of the woods cut out within the store there. Looking forward to that. But being there, I get a lot of opportunity to talk to people about what kind of stuff that they would like in the version of the hobby that they do, because everybody plays different games, and some people play really niche games. And I'm discovering how the more niche the game, the less there is items for those folks to be able to use. For instance, BattleTech. The BattleTech is like this extremely small scale, like almost like epic size.
Oh, wow.
And they don't have any, they can never get any cool buildings or anything. And right there in the store with my laptop, the guy that played BattleTech with those cool crates, he wanted to see those crates at BattleTech size. So I threw it into the Cura right there in the laptop in the store, and we shrunk it down to 25%. It's these little tiny crates. You can print 5 of the crates in like 2 hours. And they're like, oh yeah, all day. Acting like they're going to fly off the shelf. And all you got to do is just make the shit, 20% tall or whatever, So that was fun. But then also like, we talked about war machines before. They're a very 2D situation. And so, for instance, like here's this cool tree from the Grove set from the World's Overrun. They love the idea of the tree, but they want it to be able to be modular and be able to come off. So all we really need is a peg to be attached to that, and whether there's our own designs or whatever, but they need it to be able to go 3D to 2D, so when they interact with the terrain, it doesn't cause any hindrance to the gameplay. And that's just another unique thing that with the right kind of tweaking of already existing designs or creating from scratch that we're going to make, there'll be a lot of people that'll be happy about it. And I think that's important with any business, right, is to find a niche in the market that you can excel in. Provide where you see a hole that you want to fill it with, fill the gap kind of thing. That's what she said. That's what she said, James.
Dude, you're cutting in and out so bad. I mean, I don't even know.
Dang it. I hope everybody else can hear me. What's 2153? Gordito, have I been cutting in and out this whole time? I don't know. Nobody knows.
I don't know what 2153 is. What's 2153?
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I got to limit my questions to James when I'm ranting. Just keep ranting and then pause, let James talk.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I couldn't put half the sentences you had together.
Dang it.
I wish I knew what you're talking about.
Well, Gordita said I nailed the that's what she said part, so that's all that mattered. I talked about filling a hole, and that's what she said.
Oh. Okay. Okay, George. Someone's a little too thirsty if all they care about is that's what she said.
Dude, I'm just saying, I'm trying to get better at it. And Gordito is like he's like my coach. He's like
He's your coach?
He's my that's what she said coach.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, image 2153 in our, okay, he's probably watching like backlog. Let me pull this up 1 second.
Oh yeah, because when you're talking about something and you go to show, I don't know if it's me, but the YouTube delay is real bad today. Almost 30 seconds.
You know why? It's because I'm exporting a video right now. I'm BatRep's exporting.
Oh, yeah. So it is all on your end, making it
Yeah.
real difficult for me to do things.
I'm ruining everything.
Everything's being ruined by you.
Worst episode 2 ever.
For anybody.
Yeah. We should pretty much get
it's just me, you, and Gordito here.
That's cool. People will check it out. They'll say what's up.
I mean, we're telling them the pitfalls of what we're going through.
Yeah.
And stuff and things.
Yeah. Here's some nozzles. 3D
Nozzles?
printing. Those are nozzles for 3D printers. Whoa. What you going to do with those? You're going to put them on your printer and have different nozzle sizes. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So another thing, talking about the game store hanging out, we got a commission to print a gorilla head. Check them out. Thank you, Thingiverse. That is a sick gorilla bust. Dude has a game, club that he calls Gorilla Gaming. He's like, yo, talk to me, George. I want to print something. I want it to have a gorilla. And I was like, okay, let's type in gorilla. What do you know? That'll be some money. He's like, that's great. I'd like to pay you. And what do you know?
Boom.
Boom.
Dude, printers are truly an amazing thing. We all need more printers in our life. When are you getting your printer?
I was going to say it's Christmas time. Anybody getting any printers for Christmas?
Dude, if I got gifts on Christmas, that'd be fantastic.
Dude, Gordito, that's just a little Space Wolf Marine, man. That's not, we can't 3D print that, dog. He likes image 2153, and it's the one thing that we can't actually print. Come on, Gordito. It's just a little Space Marine. He's been, okay, let me get closer. I'm showing you what's going on.
Dude, why are you even have 2153 in there?
Because see 2152, that is the photo booth, and it's showing you what kind of photo you can take with the photo booth.
I like it.
Yeah, so Gordito, if you did what you're seeing in 2153 is you actually getting the photo booth, model not included, bro. Model not included. For you though, Gordito, I will send you the Space Marine as well.
Dude, I'm a big fan of my little photo booth thing.
Yeah, it's cool. I want to print mine the size that you printed because I'm only 100%. You went like 150, right?
I went 200.
Oh, damn. I want 200. Show me yours in person. Do you have it next to you? You have to ruin it if you pull it up.
No, I just have to disconnect one ear.
Mine like falls apart every time.
Oh, it's a little tricky getting it going, but once it's going, it's going.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, dude, that's massive. Wow, mine suck. That is amazing.
I could take pictures of knights.
Dude, I want that. Those are huge. That's amazing.
It says in my head.
Dude, that changes everything. That's my next print. That is fucking cool.
See, how
long do you think that took to print?
I don't remember, but you had to print one at a time. I do remember that.
That is awesome.
Definitely have to print one at a time because one takes up a whole bed.
Dude, you see that, Gordito? That's what I'm talking about. You saw my little pansy 2153, but that is some real deal photo booth shit there, dude.
See, what I love is these little springs, man.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know. You probably recognize this on your smaller version.
Yeah.
But
mine's just stupid now. I hate mine. Yours is amazing.
All right. So, it prints the little spring and this thing.
Yeah.
And this thing has a slit that goes through it that you have the paper.
Yep.
And then it has a clip.
Yep.
And the spring puts tension onto the clip so that your paper doesn't move. And because it's extra thick, like it's easy to get poster board in there. Problem is the bottom wants to kind of nick out as you start to put the other side in. But because it is so hefty, like you could put it in one side laying down and then put the other side laying down on top of it and then turn it.
I want it.
And it's fucking great.
I don't know what I've been missing my whole life. Why'd I stick to just 100%, dude? I feel like
dude, this is my personal one, dude. I ain't selling this one.
That thing's amazing.
I use this.
I'll buy it from you right now.
Nope, I'll print you another one.
Oh, dang, Gordito dropped it. That's what she said. I didn't even catch it, dude. Yeah, James.
Why does James always beat you in everything?
Dang.
Damn.
Here comes the tabletop show, the Alchemy show, just to catch more shit talk. It's awesome.
Because it's true. But Gordito, I'm better than most things for most people. That's just me, bro.
Whatever, James.
So I like having dick measuring contests because I typically win.
You hear that guy? Wow. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I was gonna say I was gonna be like, take a look at this dick, and I'd throw our tabletop alchemy stuff up. But it's bad. It's not even good. I'm not good at that.
I'm not good at that. Yes.
I just want to hang with the cool kids and talk shit. But man, I do like seeing all this, dude. Seeing all this tabletop alchemy shit on the table, you feel like you got a real product line. You got a company there. You're talking more about the company and not just about the printers. Like, it looks like some real deal stuff. There's way more logistics than just buying your printer and
have things to talk to you about when we get off the live interwebs. Can't be 100% transparent, you know.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Don't be transparent. Oh,
No, I said we can't be 100% transparent
oh,
because I got some things I got to talk to you about when we're not on the live interwebs.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% transparent, except whatever you're going to talk to me about afterwards.
That's right.
Yep. And then I'll talk about it next week, maybe.
Then it might be appropriate to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe it'll be appropriate then.
Yeah.
So you've been gone for 3 days and haven't been printing much. You have this amazing 200% size picture thing that I immediately want.
It's pretty awesome.
Dude, I wanted to get the I didn't look around for it yet. Maybe I can be all producer like and grab it on the fly here, but I'm excited to print one of the billboards blank. That's what I'm printing right now because we have another commish where someone wants a blank one so they can
well,
graffiti
that's what
it.
I printed a small blank one for myself to graffiti it.
Yeah.
I told you that last week.
Yeah, so he wanted a small one too. Let's see if I can grab a. I don't see one. He apparently they have a slogan in like their lore, and it often is says because in gas it's for gas lines. The 100% size of the sign of the billboard. Yep, the blank guy there. 100% size of the billboard is perfect for a Gasland scale, which is like Hot Wheel cars.
Yeah, Gasland, Infinity, perfect for that.
And he wants to spray paint across the sign "Mars is a lie," which is the slogan of Gaslands. I guess they're racing to get off of the apocalyptic Earth and go live on Mars with the rich folk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but apparently the death race it's all a lie that they'll give you your freedom and go to Mars.
That's true.
Yeah, they just want you to play in their gladiatorial entertainment, driving around killing shit.
Yeah. But I can't wait to start painting this thing. I just have too many things to paint. I mean, I got a plane from Ali. I got this thing for Gordito. I got this other thing for this other person. I got this other thing for this other person. And I got things for us. I got things for Chris.
Yeah.
Just got things, dude.
Dude, I'm dying for Gellerpox, dude. Dying. What's any idea? Any possibilities of soon?
Yeah.
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 After tomorrow, I got like 3 days of painting to do.
Oh,
Not going anywhere, just painting.
I can't wait. I remember you said that before. That you said it was all in the time.
I was not planning on being gone for 3 days. I was gonna have an extra day of painting, but
yeah.
You lose track of time when you're doing things.
I'm getting blind-eyed where I'm starting to just like look at bit spins and be like, there's got to be a faction in there I can play. I am excited. This is more for Thursday night talk show shit, but I am excited to finally get our boxes of Marines there to finish off your Adepticon army.
Dude, I'm super excited to talk about Thursday show.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer fact that I just got in a game of After Chapter approved.
Yeah.
And I played Corn.
And it went well?
I mean, I beat Necrons. So I don't know if that's anything to brag about.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, it was more competitive, but like my list was way less competitive. So it's like,
I was sad because on Thursday we talked about the Blood Crushers getting better, but then they didn't. Most of the things I was like, like, oh boy, let me try this. Nah, sorry, still bad or still expensive. But that's 40K talk. Gellerpox isn't the cream for that. What's up, Duke Z? I don't quite understand the creamy comment, but I'm down. But Gellerpox are not creamy; they're more pussy.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Yo, Duke. Gordito, we can make token holders. We certainly
definitely can make those.
Yeah, I've been kind of waiting for the request. Right now we've been making dice holders, ointments for the itch. Ah, right. I will. Gellerpox are the ointment for my itch, man. I need them.
Dude, I really want to talk 40K right now.
I know.
So I'm holding it back. I'm holding it back.
Thinking back to 3D printing.
Yeah, I'll talk about my game on Thursday.
Yeah, that's the appropriate thing. I got a bunch of pictures of Worlds Overrun stuff. The cards are probably the most important one. Yeah, I definitely, there already is a commercially resellable Blackstone Fortress card set holder. If anybody wanted that, if you want some Blackstone Fortress stuff, Gordito, I can definitely send you some ideas there.
Yeah, pretty much at this point in Tabletop Alchemy, if you want something, reach out to admin@warpchargegaming.com.
Yep.
And we will find a way to make it for you.
Yep. That is the word. And in these early days, you're gonna get a better deal than as we get more and more busy. I'd say. I've definitely been shaving a little off the top for the first comers here, grand opening style.
Yeah, and what's nice is it doesn't have to be 40K related.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty much printing a Christmas gift right now, so that's just
Right.
how it is.
Right.
Night lights, things of that situation.
Mm-hmm. I had a thought and I lost it. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about some. There is a few things that I'm not being totally transparent about it because it's in the future, and I don't want to.
You're talking. I'm not listening because I can't hear you.
Damn it. Well, there is some exciting things that I'm not going to talk about yet, and I got to talk to you offline about it. But it's for our listeners and for our friends out there that we want to give back to them giving to us. It's going to be this whole teamwork collaboration thing. It's going to be amazing. But anyways.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep. It's just whole cool stuff.
So Gordito hears you. It's just on me.
Yeah, good.
I don't hear you.
I'm glad. Because, yeah, Gordito, I'm thinking about giveaways with 3D printed stuff, too, and how, we really enjoy giveaways at Warp Charge, and we had a fun time throughout the year doing that. And we actually are going to ramp that up pretty hardcore going in 2019. Excited to share more about that news, but we have even more resources, not just with the help of Battlegrounds, our partners and friends, but also with the power of Tabletop Alchemy. Being able to give the people that support us some terrain or some 3D printed things is exciting. It's definitely a nice resource. It's gonna be cool. Just more, just kind of beating around the bush there on the exact details, but we'll get to it. But James, I'm throwing up the logo for a minute. I don't know. This is episode 2. It's Christmas Eve. We're 37 minutes in, and do we have more fresh news that we can actually talk about?
Honestly, I really, without talking to you first, I don't know how much fresh news we can have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like we were printing. We need more printers. We're going to get more printers. And
we definitely want to hear from people when it comes to cool ideas. Like it's great to be able to get, like we hear Gordito talk about Blackstone Fortress stuff. If people want token holders, shout it out. We're trying to kind of get the message that we're around and open to the discussion. We'd love to hear about what you want in your hobby. Talk about BattleTech.
I said it last week. You help us come up with an amazing design. You definitely will get yours for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. What we got here? Get into filaments. That's always a question amongst my friends.
Okay. So with filaments, you have different types of materials. The easiest to work with that I recommend all beginners to start with is PLA. That's your kind of standard FDM printer filament. And most printers that you're going to get is 1.75 millimeter diameter. They make 2.5 millimeter diameter, but that's a much bigger printer. So that's probably not going to be your first printer. And then prices range. I mean, you can buy a roll, a 1 kilogram roll is kind of like the standard roll size for $35 at the highest end, to the cheapest end of being like $11. But on average, if you're a single-use person that's not going to buy in bulk, you're going to probably spend anywhere from $20 to $25 for pretty much anything quality on Amazon. Now, on eBay, for instance, you can get them pretty cheap. Like you can get rolls for like $6, $7, but you're getting really bad quality PLA where it could be warped, where it's not 1.75 millimeters in diameter. It can be dried out where it cracks and it's brittle. So things like that, you're not going to get good prints from. So you want quality PLA to make quality prints. So my suggestion is pretty much stick with Amazon brand. Anything that says like a 4 to 5 star rating. There's enough people out there with printers that are giving good enough reviews to tell you what's good out there. I've seen a couple of reports. Hatchet Box is kind of like the standard of like high-end filaments, and I really do like Hatchet Box. But what we're currently using is what is it? Zeolitech.
Yeah, that Solutech, right?
Well, no, it's Solutech and Zeolitech. Yeah. Both those brands I highly recommend for their price, because the Solitech you can get for like $17 a roll, and same with the Zealotech. But the thing is, the Zealotech will actually get cheaper if you start getting rolls of 10 or more. So that's where we're in that range. So those are my favorite filaments, is those three.
You know what else is fun about filament, James, is my wife was giving me hassle about, you know, there's a lot of plastic in the world, and like, you know, imagine the commercials of like the ducks like having trouble walking with like the Coke can plastic around their feet and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not, it was like polyatic acid or something, but the PLA is actually made from like biodegradable or like reusable material that's actually like cornstarch as the main ingredient, which I thought was pretty interesting. You know
that is
right?
pretty interesting.
Yeah, so like it actually is you know, recyclable and I guess apparently biodegradable. I don't know. I can't imagine a piece of printed PLA to sit there and like dissipate into the earth and take forever, I'm sure.
Yes, super long time.
Yeah. But cornstarch, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also recycled PLA out there. You can buy rolls of recycled PLA. It's no cheaper. It's just kind of like knowing that you did your part.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you have a lot of printers, you can get an extruder, which allows you to recycle your like broken support material, your extra strands of PLA from like the end of the roll, and you can extrude it all into like one filament. And most of the stuff gets primed and painted anyway, so who cares if it has like a rainbow color to it from all your scraps?
Interesting. The I lost my train of thought there. Dang, I had a thought and it went away.
Those disappearing thoughts, huh?
Cornstarch. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I had experienced that cheaper quality of PLA, because like with the printers, the CRTs.
Oh, that stuff's garbage.
Yeah, I did a print with it and I got the job done. I was like, okay, cool. But then I tried to replace the roll to like do the second half of this print, and the roll was so like, it was so bent, like so wrapped around the spool, that no matter what, it was like this constant curve to the coming off the roll that just did not want to go down the tube to the extruder. And I was just like, man, screw this stuff. So I just pulled out the Ziltech stuff, and you know,
yeah, I printed on this.
Firm.
Yeah, I printed on the original stuff when I first got my printer, and the actual like knob that turns to feed the filament in as it's printing, it would slip on it. Like you couldn't get a good enough grip on it, and it would slip.
You could tell like crappy filament.
Oh yeah, sure. You feel it in your hands.
Yeah, that's the best example. Plus, also it can lend to the kind of the firmness and overall like toughness of the piece as well.
Yeah, so I always recommend get good plastic, and reviews are what's going to tell you that. Because as soon as you get one bad plastic and you've had good plastic before, you're going to leave a review. I know I would.
What is interesting is different colors can be, it's known to almost need different temperatures too. Like as you switch from one filament to another, you might need to heat your nozzle a little bit hotter.
Yeah, and what's interesting is when you buy a box of filament, it's typically in a box like this.
Yeah.
And on the sides, or where is it at? Right there. Right here, they give you information on what temperature you should have it at, both for your bed and for your nozzle.
What's it say on the box there?
Actually, it doesn't say it right there. Thought it did. The Hatcher box says it right there. Oh, this one has it inside. Okay. So this one's 200 degrees Celsius to 230 degrees Celsius.
Interesting.
So I did give it to you.
Yeah, I noticed with the silver filament I have that it wanted to behave a little bit differently than the white. It was interesting.
Yeah, and then there's different matte like finishes. Like you can get a shiny finish, a matte finish, and that also makes the printing of it a little bit differently.
Do you know, Gordito is asking, do you know what kind of plastic GW uses, as in PLA or...
No, they do not use a PLA. They use a different type of plastic. I forgot what it is because there's a bunch of numbers to it. I think they give you that information though.
It's mold.
Yeah, they're doing injection molding.
Yeah, so it's a whole
it's a complete hot molten injection. Like it's molten hot plastic that's injected into the mold, and then rapidly cooled, and then the sprue pops out of the mold, and they do it over again. So it's just over and over like that instead of like an extrusion.
Yes, yes. So yeah, there, you know, it came down to a lot of times when you're getting PLA, at least from the little I know, is that you're kind of following the ratings. You want to, when you're shopping, if it has good ratings from a good number of people, you're pretty safe. But I mean, the same, you have to take into account as well, you know, where you're getting it from as far as delays or how long it's going to take. If you need your PLA quick, then sometimes it's going to dictate where you get it from, like Amazon or whatever. But if you want like the best deal, sometimes you got to get it straight from overseas. And, you know, same kind of thing with your printer. We experienced already, we had a defective printer, and a lot of folks that go through their first defect versus even trying to deal with the manufacturer, they could spend months on end trying to get a swap going on, which they would. Apparently customer service with like Creality and stuff is solid, but it doesn't mean it doesn't take a long time. And they'll end up just fixing and tinkering the machine to be get it up to speed anyways. So there's a lot of accounts into where you get your stuff, just as well as how good is its reviews and is it tried and true kind of thing.
Gordito's asking about the nozzle on the printer he has access to. 0.4 millimeter nozzle is the default nozzle for FDM printers if it's using 1.75 millimeter filament. So that's currently what we print it with, is 0.4 millimeter nozzle. And that allows us to print at 0.2 millimeter layer height perfectly. We can go all the way down to 0.6 millimeters, and we can go as big as 0.3 millimeters layer height without changing our nozzle. But I don't recommend going under 0.1 with the 4, because then at that point you can clog your nozzle because you're having plastic stay in your nozzle too long because it's not extruding enough out.
Yeah, just standard 1.75.
So you would just go with a smaller nozzle for going more finer detail, bigger nozzle to go bigger details. So if you want to print faster for like a vase or something, you might use a 0.6 millimeter nozzle and print at 0.3 millimeters, and it'll have like really nice smooth lines printing pretty fast.
Yeah, the machine that Gordito has access to is like ridiculous, dude. It's like 10K and like as tall as me. So it you know, it's funny. It's like so massive, and he wants to print things that are so small. But yeah, Gordito, you could definitely it'd be interesting to get you printing off that machine. But yeah, man, that's PLA talk. I think each week, you know, we're just going to continue to just kind of show the products. I was thinking about, should we sometimes just turn on the old camera and, you know, stream live the printing of the machines? I thought it'd be funny just to like turn on the GoPro and like let the thing stream and walk away, you know. It's like, why not?
No.
Who wants to like, who would find that soothing? Maybe I put some beats on in the background.
Dude, it's super soothing when you got a time lapse of a print.
Yeah. Yeah, time lapse is way cooler than straight watching it. Yeah, we need to get Gordito, we need to get you to print us like a straight up chain sword or a huge bolter gun. Like you got to print something massive, dude.
Suit of armor.
Yeah. Like wearable helmets and shit. And like it's gonna somebody's gonna like, you're gonna be like asleep or something, and somebody's gonna walk up and it's like, I swear that thing's been printing for like 3 days, man. Like what's going on in there? Like Gordito guy's crazy. But yeah, yo, it's I think that's my head's confuzzled to think of anything further.
Same here. Get your billboards while they last.
Yeah, we'll print you more if you need it. But we're gonna send you.
Come on, George, you're supposed to put urgency.
Urgency. Yeah, get them while they last. We do appreciate y'all though. If you have, you know,
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
good luck. All I gotta say.
Good luck to getting your own printers and stuff. And if you don't get one, just hit us up and we'll get you. Anyways, Gordito, great hanging, man. Good to see you. Yeah, you got to use it, bro. Everybody, episode 2, Christmas Eve. It is what it is. You're going to get more of this ranting and raving about 3D printing next week. And we'll see you Thursday. Talk about miniature gaming.
Yes, I want to talk about my game.
Yeah.
Corn Demons.
Hell yeah.
World
Anyways,
Eaters. Fun
guys,
stuff.
You guys take care out there. Keep taking fun serious. We'll catch you later.